Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for taking time out today to join me for this speech today. So across the U.S., suicide has been a major obstacle for a lot of younger generation people as well as veterans and people throughout the ages. It's been a consistent poll that as of right now, if you did serve in the military, you have a 57% chance higher, 57% chance higher than most to commit suicide in your life. Today, I'm going to spend a little time to kind of persuade you to join OPIF, Operations Pay It Forward. It's a volunteer organization that I'm currently a part of. I'm qualified to speak on this topic because I've been a member for a year. I've worked with 32 veterans in different months and different roles that they've put themselves into, and just kind of give you a broader knowledge of what this operation is. To start this off, I'm going to cover some of the main points, such as pulling vets out of the depression phase, providing new ways of communication, as well as building a network. We're also going to kind of dive into what OPIF does and how they help veterans in conquering some of these needs, as well as the bigger picture idea overall all of this. Start off, we're going to jump into kind of some of the needs that OPIF kind of kicks off with. As of 2022 alone, over 8,395 veterans have taken their lives to suicide. These being veterans that went and served overseas, did some of the stuff they had to do, came back and lost a mental battle overall. And that's pulled directly from the VA mental health line, or VA mental health website. That's only a fractional number, the overall veteran suicide. From 2000 to 2022, over 125,000 veterans have taken their lives to suicide. That's something that OPIF tries to kind of step into and squash and help provide contact with, because there's no reason that a veteran should go overseas, serve all this time, do his job, and come home and lose to a mental battle because he feels so left alone, where he doesn't have a purpose anymore. Another thing that OPIF tries to build is making other connections. I'm sure many of you know about the Veterans Crisis Hotline and what that entails. Essentially, it's just a phone number veterans can call to reach out and talk to either other veterans or people to be there to kind of help talk them off that ledge. On average, the Veteran Crisis Line gets about 354 calls a day, which is a pretty substantial number in comparison to the overall year. And there's other means that OPIF does. So they do offer their own separate veteran hotline, but instead of it being people who are paid to do that, it's veterans like myself or other people in this organization that will actually answer the phone call and talk to veterans any time of day. Some of the other ways we do to keep communication is all of our veterans that help out with this are spread across all the U.S., so you try to meet face-to-face and talk to people in person and kind of build that connection. Another part of that is actually building connections itself to those veterans. Many of the other veteran operations that go to help veterans, they kind of just take you on the hunt or take you to do something and then step away completely from that. Whereas we try to build the connections and keep talking longer and keep that connection. I have two testimonies. I was supposed to skip this. I'm just going to skip right to it. So that's one of my friends, Gage Hunley, and his daughter, Emerson. He's someone that's done 3 tours in Afghanistan, has seen some stuff, done some stuff. He kind of reached out to me one day, just wanted to rekindle the friendship and kind of start talking, being friends again. After a few months of talking to friends, I noticed changes in him, who he was as a man before to now. Kind of dove deeper into that and talked more about it, and ended up being that he was battling depression and things that happened between PTSD and stuff in Afghanistan. So he's actually someone that we're able to get on a hunt and kind of break it down more and get him in front of other veterans and kind of open them up more and kind of broke down those barriers to really discuss what was going on with his life. Another testimony is another friend, Brendan Martin. He was actually a part of the group when we initially pulled out of Afghanistan with Joe Biden's administration, and he saw some of the first-hand stuff of what happened when it came to pulling off and flights taking off and whatnot. So he's another veteran that we've actually taken out and kind of helped and got a bit of talk. And he told me that both of them would be more than welcome to use their testimony for today's speech on that topic. So what is OPIF? OPIF, it's Operations Pay It Forward. It's a nonprofit organization where any money or time donated, all of it goes back to the veterans. All 99% of the funds received go straight to veterans. 1% of funds is used specifically for merchandise. There's not a single paid position in this organization. This is all veterans just with their own job, their own time, and pushing that aside to kind of help the other veterans and go around the world and country helping with other hunts. If this is something you were interested in doing, you could visit the OPIF website and look more into it. There's kind of two roads you can do with joining it. If you're a vet, you're able to actually do more and help more just because you have a lot of those barriers you can kind of break down and relate a lot easier to them. To do that, you have to show form DD-214, which is paperwork showing you separated from the military, and progressively go through those steps to show that you're able to help. They'll fly to Salt Lake City, you get to meet a lot of the other veterans, and from there, start building connections to help the veterans. If you're just a civilian, what you can do is become a sponsor. We have many branches and places that do help out, and what they do is they volunteer like land or animals or different activities, whether they own a skydiving company or a knife making company. This allows them to kind of donate that, which you can get a form 299, which is a tax write-off to kind of, if it costs $5,000 to hunt this animal, we can give you a tax write-off for $5,000 that you can put towards your taxes that following year. The bigger overall visualization of all this is if we don't help, that number for veterans committing suicide rates is going to continue rising and rising. And that's something we don't need in this country, except for those who have served and helped out to make sure we can enjoy our lives and our freedoms. If you do decide to help and get interacted, you don't know. Maybe just your one simple help or donation can change a veteran's life from being on the ledge to killing himself to now looking more optimistic and looking out to a bigger future. Today, I kind of sat down and talked about the different needs that OPIF goes to Concord and help out with, as well as specifications of how you can help and what OPIF does, as well as a bigger picture visualization of what you can do to help or what other people doing to help. Hopefully I persuaded you to join OPIF. If not, maybe donate money and help sponsor into it. But now it's time to kind of sit there to yourself and think, is this something I should help out with, and what can I do to help? If it's something you are interested in, you can find me after this presentation or call me at 325-227-9507, where I can break it down and give you more information about it. And see how you can help your local chapter today.